Rotary hook maintenance is something that you'll want to be doing every day. I typically do it before I start sewing in the morning, and then if I'm sewing all day, I'll do it again after I get back from lunch. The maintenance timers that pop up in your software will pop up the first time that you turn it on that day. It will say, it will flash with a little kind of alarm clock timer icon that says, hey, you need to do the rotary hook maintenance. But if not, you can get to that maintenance by going to settings and maintenance. So let's go through the software and get there. To do that, I would go settings and then maintenance. And this is the screen that would pop up first time in the day, and there will be a little flashing like alarm clock timer icon right about here. This is the rotary hook maintenance that we want to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and click or tap on it if you're in a touch interface to start the steps, and it's going to say please follow all the maintenance procedures carefully and apply the proper amounts of specified lubrication during each step. Basically, Melco is not going to be held responsible if you don't do this, and we're going to guide you through the process. So I'm going to go ahead and press next, and it's going to go to the next screen, and it's going to say it needs to be done every 4 to 5 hours. So that's where I get that in the morning and then after lunch thing. And this will keep the machine running smoother, quieter, and prevent thread breaks. Warning, never attempt to remove or insert a bobbin with the machine in operation. So we are dealing with this area. There is a hook that is spinning when that machine is running. So don't be sticking your hands in there when it's running. Just don't do it. Don't try to put one in, take one out. Just don't. All right. If you have a product on the machine, please remove it to prevent oil spots on the product. That's something that I do whenever I'm doing maintenance. I tend to take everything off my machine, hoops, frames, everything. For this one, if I'm running with a clamp, I don't tend to worry about it, but I do take hoops off with garments. I get all of that away from my machine so I don't get any oil on any of my product. All right, so I'm going to hit next. And it says remove the bobbin case. It can be removed from the lower arm of the machine by locating the release lever on the bobbin case. The hook guard can be lowered for easier access. So if you need a better view of this, you can click or tap on these images and you will get a kind of zoomed in, blown up version of that image. So it shows me taking that bobbin case out of there. So we're looking right down here. We're going to be needing compressed air and the oiler from your operator's kit. So that's what we're doing, but we're looking right down here. Let's get you zoomed in. And what we'll do is lower that hinged hook guard, and then I'm going to pull on this lever and pull that bobbin case all the way out of the machine. So that's what we're looking to do. Let's go back to the software. We'll collapse this image just by clicking on it. This would be a good time to clean and test the tension of the bobbin case. So as you've got this out of the machine, go ahead and clean underneath that spring with a piece of paper or a business card, get any lint out of there. Take the bobbin out, put it back in, make sure it's in the right way, and go ahead and test that tension, make sure it's working well for you. That's something I typically do anytime I change bobbins, or at least every other time I change bobbins. Okay, so back to the software, and we're going to press next to continue, and the machine's going to begin to move the trimmer back and forth. So you can hear that trimmer moving back and forth. What we're looking at, and let's zoom in here real quick, is this little kind of spring clamp is holding thread, and that's its job. And we want to get that cleaned out right now. So as the trimmer moves back and forth, it will push that open and allow us to get that area blown out. So let's look at our machine, and you can see that trimmer moving. And I'm going to take my compressed air and I'm going to blow on that while it's extended, and I may do that a couple times. One. There it goes again. So then I'm going to clean out down here as well. All right, and we'll go back to the software. I'm going to close that window, and we'll press next to continue, and the machine's going to stop moving. So depending on when I click it, you may hear it go ahead and go back one more time and find home, and that's okay. That's what we need it to do. All right, now using a small oiler bottle, apply 1 drop of sewing machine oil to the hook oiling area. This area is highlighted in green in the photograph. Let me zoom in here with this. You can see it with the drop of oil. It is not green on your machine though. So we're looking right down here where these two metals meet. And that's where we want to put that drop of oil. So I'm going to take the cap off my oiler and place one drop of oil so it flows down that chase, just like that. That's what I want to see. I may have gotten 1.5/2 there. Don't worry about it too much. All right, perfect. Let's go back to the software. I'm going to close that, press the next button. Insert the bobbin case into the machine with the pigtail facing up. Push the bobbin case until it snaps into place. Close the hook guard, trim the thread to 2 to 3 inches. So let's look at how to do that on our machine. So what I'll typically do is I will hold the bobbin case with the pigtail in the 12 o'clock position, and I will hold that thread towards the front and I'll put my thumb on it just to keep it out of the way. And then I will place that bobbin case into the machine, and then you'll hear it snap into place, and that's what I want to hear. If you are holding onto this lever as you do that, you won't hear it snap into place, so that's not what I want to do. I want to just put my thumb on it, press it, feel it, and hear it snap into place. I'm going to go ahead and close that hook guard. I'm going to trim this up to 2 to 3 inches. We're going to go ahead and press next to continue. And now we are finished with the maintenance procedure, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm out of this screen. Yes, we are done. You'll hear the machine home. And now we could proceed on to the weekly or monthly or quarterly maintenance if we had that to do. If we didn't, we could go ahead and confirm out of this screen. We're back to the main screen, and now we could go ahead and load up our jobs for the day and start to get sewing.